I'm Conal O M. I present the Sunday Business Show on Today FM. Find something you love. I would do anything in media. I will brush off people in media. I had a huge thrill today because I met Maggie Philbin. She was a hero of mine. She was on BBC and I used to look at her and say, oh, I want to be like that. That's the passion, without a question, takes away a lot of the pain, because as an entrepreneur, believe me, it is very painful. You do not make as much money as you imagine that you ever will, unless you become extraordinarily successful. Great. But for the other 99.9% of the real businesses, it's a labour of love. So that's the first one. And the second one would be to be ready to work. Actually, there was an AIB bank ad going back maybe 10 or 15 years. And it said, what do you think about when you run? Normally people, you'd expect, and there's a sound of running in the background, and you'd expect somebody to say, I think about the foil, or I look at the mountains, or whatever. And no, this fella, as he goes trudging, I think about the business. I think about, will I make next week's wages? I think about where I'll find customers. Because that's what morning, noon and night an entrepreneur really does. You never stop, because you can't, because you have to morph and morph and morph. If you're a local store and you aren't thinking of new products, new ways of doing it, you're extinct already. But to give on a more, they're the problem areas. On the positive side, what else would you do? Do not work for the man, because you get liberation. You work for yourself, you put your own stamp on it. Now, yes, there are people who neither want to do it nor feel that they are competent to do it. Fine, stand aside, nothing wrong with you, because we need people, we need the social services, we need the public sector, we need policemen, we need whatever. But for those who feel that they want to put another kind of a mark on society, is go for it. There was a clip of film there used this morning about a woman jumping into the sea, and she kind of hesitated, and eventually she jumped. That's the only way you're going to find out. It may fail, it may be a huge success. The only way you'll ever find out is by going for a swim. My first business was I used to sell popcorn at the gate of my house, and that was successful. But it was tiny. It was made a few pence or something like that. But I did like making money. And then I ran the school shop, and then I ran became the Students' Union president in UCD, where I ran the college shops. And so there was always this kind of thing of enterprise going through. And then when I was in UCD, I set up my first publishing operation, with a magazine called Gobshout. That's SHOUT, in case you don't hear it properly. And that was our real moneymaker. There was nothing in that about publishing. That was just to get as many names into an A4 size magazine so that everybody would have to buy it to see. This is pre-digital, pre-everything, pre-printing press almost. And that put me through college. Then while still in college, I also got involved in a painting, as in house painting. I set up a house painting company and employed some students. Then I went into various businesses after that, and then went into RTE as business. I ended up as business correspondent, became a stockbroker. While in stockbroking, I tried to buy radio licenses for both national and local radio in Dublin and in the Republic. Then I'm sure I was involved in other businesses that I remember. Then I set up my own company. Then I went into a PR company where I was the head of corporate PR. Then I set up my own company in 2001 called the Media Group, where we were indirectly and directly making TV programs. I launched a newspaper, the Athlone Voice. I'm still involved in radio. We had brought a magazine for the mature market, just to the launch stage. We did many media things under this umbrella called the Media Group, and we also have a PR company as well. So as you can see, I do many things, all tied in indirectly or directly with media. If I did nothing else except talk to people about media, I would die happy. It's some people love their rugby, some people love their soccer, some like their Gaelic. I love media, and if there's anything I can do to help people in media, I'll talk to them, I'll help them, I'll learn from them, because I'm fascinated by it. My failures, the biggest failure probably was the newspaper. Why do I say it was a news? We managed to sell it eventually, but there were management difficulties. I didn't take it hands-on myself. I should have done more with it myself. Lesson learned. That's some years, quite some years back. It's 2003, so it's more than 10 years back, 12 years back now. So I really have got over it. And the successes, there is a PR contract that we got, which involved, I believe, possibly the largest PR contract ever given in this in the Republic. And I won't name the client, but we were very successful, not alone for our business, but for the client as well. The client went away very, very happy. It was an aggressive bid for another company, and we managed to do a lot of the serious work behind the scenes to help in that bid. It wasn't just a cash bid. There was we had to not just win shareholders, we had to win hearts as well, and I believe we helped hugely there. Other successes, the Sunday Business Show. I don't just like the Sunday Business Show, I love it. It's my baby. I work with my producer Mara Hayes for quite some years now, and just this year, because we reformatted in the last 12 months, we've brought the audience up 60% and in a year. And anybody who knows anything about media knows that that means that we're doing something right. We took good instruction, good advice from people within Today FM, reformatted, and it's just been on an upward curve. So we also had a year ago just 2,500 downloads every week for podcasts. That is now at 21,500 and growing. So between the two, I'm messing with figures, of course, by adding possible listeners who also podcast, but we're tipping into 100,000 listeners, which we're mighty pleased with.